Oh.
Hello everyone. So, anybody who knows me knows that in addition to Dr. Seuss, I love giraffes. So I thought I'd read you one of my favourite stories about giraffes, and it's called Giraffes Can't Dance. And I brought my giraffes along to listen. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Look at poor Gerald there. Look. I bet that hurt. I don't think he's paying attention. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really rather bad. The warthogs started waltzing, the rhinos rock and rolled, the lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. I love the warthogs dancing there. Look at that. And do you see they've gone into a dip? The chimps all did a cha-cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." I don't think that's very nice. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and all alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. And if you look really carefully, there's the cricket. And can you see in a bag beside the cricket, he's got his violin to play. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swishing round. He threw his legs out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leaped up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful, his mouth was open wide. I am dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Look at that face. That's a face of pure happiness. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald is the best dancer that we've ever seen." Look at them all sitting there watching him while Gerald dances away. He looks a bit like Saturday Night Fever there, doesn't he? "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." So maybe you can go and find some music that you love and have a little dance like Gerald did.